Hello guys, it's Lena here, and today I will be sharing my capsule wardrobe with you. So it is capsule wardrobe from October 2022, and if you're new to my channel, I am collecting this capsule wardrobe from every month. So every month I'm doing this project of showing you the things I wore before that in the previous month. So I'm not restricting myself by any number or any type of clothes. I'm just observing what I'm wearing and just making summoning. I'm just analyzing it and so deciding what I'm wearing, what I'm not, what works, what not. And I'm sorry in advance for my voice because I have a little bit of a sore throat and my nose is blocked. So I catch a chill maybe a few days ago. So I'm so there is a special candy, throat candy, so maybe it will distract the sound a bit, but so it is what it is. So let's start with outerwear because it's the bulkiest part of this video. So the first part of October was relatively okay temperature-wise because it was like plus 15 Celsius or like plus 12. It is okay, so I was even able to wear this guy, and maybe some of you know this guy, so it's a relatively new item in my wardrobe, and I really love it. And watching it closer to this sweater, I just realized that it would be perfect wearing it together, by the way. It looks really great, and it looks very pumpkiny orangey on camera, but in real life it's more bricky color, so it's more it's like orangey brown color. It's not that bright and vivid, but it looks awesome during autumn. This is very autumny color, and surprisingly I don't really wear warm colors because I'm a cool toned girl, so I was surprised that it suited me quite well. And I'm not sure about springtime because I noticed that during spring my skin looks very pale, a little bit grayish because it didn't have any tan during a lot of months during winter time. And so I'm not sure whether I will be able to wear it during springtime, but I hope so. I really hope so. This is the first one, and I was usually pairing it, let's go outfit wise, with this very bright it is a very sea color, uh, like greenish blue or bluish green, so something in between, like lapis lazuli color. I really like the sweater because it contains cashmere, 10% of cashmere, and because of that it is very lightweight, it is very thin, but it's relatively warm. So I was able to wear this guy, this very thickish guy without any lining inside, and with the help of this tank top as well underneath the sweater, and I felt perfectly fine during maybe plus 12 Celsius. I felt okay, and of course with my scarf. And these guys I paired with my Oklahoma jeans, and they are straight wide-legged jeans, and the colors are really amazing together. Check it out. And I really missed that I didn't have an opportunity to wear these together as well. So, unfortunately, I really like the colors together. So dark navy blue with this brick orange. They look amazingly. And I also wore these white guys, white sneakers. Then they look. I already packed them up, so you can see this is the way I store them in their original box. And I prefer, usually if they're big bulky stuff, I prefer to store it in original box, in a cardboard box. And if it's something like flip-flops or sandals, that packs very small, I just have a big box with lots of shoes. Like most of them are summery shoes, and they are just cramped in that box, and I know that nothing happens because I don't have really that much space to store everything in their own individual containers, unfortunately. But these guys, I clean them up very thoroughly. I clean them with my old toothbrush. And by the way, a little hack, especially for white sneakers. Of course, many of you know that you can use toothpaste and an old toothbrush and you can clean everything perfectly. But I think toothpaste, if you consider, like, if you want to clean all of this surface, it can be like a half of a tube. So I prefer using just baking soda, normal baking soda, and I mix it with some dishwasher or maybe just hand soap, liquid hand soap, so to make it a paste. But of course you have to be more gentle with baking soda because it is more abrasive than normal toothpaste, but it works the same, I think, maybe even better. So just check it out. So I was able to wear them quite a lot because they are still waterproof, thank heavens. And yeah, even when it rained, so I was able to wear them. Good for them. So, and talking about outfits, when it became chillier, so what I did, I was wearing this guy, this jacket. It's although it looks very small and very light, it's very warm, surprisingly, because it has all these details in, and I really like them because they keep you really warm and they make the jacket really windproof. So this is amazing, and I was able to wear it with relatively light stuff. Like I wore it, of course, with this sweater, as well as where it is. Wait for it. As well as this guy, and it is also very thin sweater. And the thing is that it also contains wool, although only 5% wool, but surprisingly it is very warm because it also contains a lot of acrylic fibers, maybe 50 or 60%, and acrylic fibers, they really do a great job of keeping you warm. Unfortunately, and this is also the case of this sweater, well, it fluffs a lot, and so you have to maintain it quite a bit because like every 3 or 4 wearings using of this sweater, I have to shave it. I have to peel all the fluff away. And for me, it's pretty high maintenance. And of course, I know that after maybe 5 or 6 shavings, mm, it won't be that warm. And my advice to you, if you have a very, very limited budget, and you need something very warm but very lightweight, you can opt for acrylic fibers. But if you have an option of buying something that contains wool but without acrylic fibers, for example, this one, this is 70% cotton, it's 20% elastane and 10% cashmere. So the cashmere, although it's only 10%, it really does the trick. And because it's cotton, it doesn't really, well, of course, it fluffs. Of course, you can see that it's not brand new, but it's it looks way better. And this one, after 3 or 4 wearings of this guy, it looks very old, very tired. So yeah, and also because of this synthetic origin, it's like a magnet for everything, for Dawn, for my dog's fur. So for example, I cannot wear it with a fur coat, and this is why I never ever wore it with this coat of mine, because this is a Dawn coat, and although it is very good quality, all the stitches are totally fine, but once in a while I notice that I find some pieces of inside material on my sweater. And of course, if I'm wearing this one, for example, it's not a tragedy, because like it doesn't attract that much. But on the dark color, especially on dark synthetic colors, it stays like forever. So this guy, I really like it because it is warm, it is okay, it is very comfortable, it has comfortable pockets, but because of its like contents, it doesn't do the trick all the time. So this is why, for example, some of you ask me why I use duplicates. Like in this case, I used this coat, this jacket, and this jacket. They are practically the same. You can interchange them, but because this is dawn filled a jacket, and this is maybe polyester or some kind of synthetic filled jacket, they are not the same. And I could have used only this one, but check it out. These pockets, they're absolutely vertical, so you cannot store anything except for your hands. So they are very, very unpractical. So when I go out with my dog, for example, I prefer to have deeper pockets where I can keep my keys, like maybe some cards, some shopping bags if I go shopping. So this is not as practical as having deep pockets. And talking about other things I wear, so these are other jeans of mine. They are Levi skinny high rise, and this is 721 model if you're interested. And so this is in size 29, and for me they are a little bit bigger. I would have preferred 28 or even 27, but I found them in a secondhand store, and they were so cheap. It was like $5 only. Can you imagine, for a Levi? And they were in perfect condition. And so I decided to take them, and they work really fine for me. And I really like that the width of the lower part of the ankle part, because I found to myself that I prefer this narrower part, and for me it's more comfortable, it's more versatile, it's more comfortable to wear them with high boots. And if you have wide-legged jeans, it's a little bit trickier because I know they are in fashion. They are in style now. But to compare them with my Oklahoma jeans, and they have very wide, it's almost bootcut uh, style, and it's not always comfortable because, for example, wearing them with white sneakers, it's not a problem. But with another pair of sneakers I couldn't do that because they weren't wide enough, and so the lower part of my jeans was trailing after me on the pavement. And believe me, maybe if you live in Europe or in America, it's okay. But in Russia, it's very dirty. So even if it's totally dry, the roads are dirty. You cannot, like, never, if you are in your own mind, you cannot sit on the ground. So your trousers will be stained if you sit on the ground. And so it's you. Maybe you can get some picture in your head about it. So, anyways, going on, talking about the footwear. I also wore these two pairs of boots, and again, duplicates. So as you can see, this one has laces and this one not. So if I didn't have, like, if I had a choice, I would only wear these ones. But unfortunately, if you've been following my channel for some time, you might know that I bought them secondhand, and they had a very strange problem. I never heard of it before. So maybe some of, like, previous owner tried to change the part of the sole, and they somehow the person who was doing it, they crack and damage the sole part of it, so it was leaking water from the ground into my inner sole, so, and into my sock and my heel part. It wasn't comfortable, and of course I was able to wear them during only very, very dry weather, and when the pavement is totally dry. But recently I had an attempt of fixing them, so I just cleaned out all the old glue because it wasn't working, and I glued it again with super glue. And I don't think this is a permanent solution, but it works way better. So, for example, I didn't use them during rain or something, but I was wearing them when the pavement wasn't completely dry, and my feet, they were quite dry. They were okay, so maybe it worked for some time. And so when it was dry, I opted for these ones. But maybe half of the month, or even in the evening when you can't see the pavement very well, so I was wearing these guys. And I also, for my gym training, I was again wearing these very, very lightweight tennis shoes, or so, you name it, it's not, it's like sneakers. I love them. They do the trick. They're very lightweight. They are perfect. And also, when I had an occasion of being able to go running to the park, and as maybe some of you know, I run only on the ground, on the softer surfaces. So maybe I was able to run only 5 or 6 times during October. And I used another pair of running shoes, and they are already packed away because I think I packed them maybe in the middle of October already. And if you are really interested in checking them out, you can watch my capsule wardrobe from September, and it will be in the playlist in the end of the video, my wardrobe playlist, so definitely check it out. So, talking about other clothes. So, at home I was wearing a dress, and this is it. This is I cannot. So I'm wearing a jumper, um, like above my dress because it's not really comfortable wearing it by itself. So I was also wearing this cardigan at home, and I have really, I'm not sure really about this cardigan because it's a duplicate, but I found that this color, it works very well with this color, the color of my dress, and they harmonize, as maybe you can tell it. And so I don't mind wearing it, and it's relatively easy maintenance. It's, although it doesn't keep you very warm, so it's like very, very thin, although I suppose, yeah, it contains 10% of merino wool. So it's very interesting that, for example, this guy and this guy, they have the same stuff in it. So 70% of cotton each, 20% of synthetic fibers, and 10% of wool. And this is cashmere, this is merino. And of course, this is much thicker, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 times thicker. So although it has some merino wool, it doesn't really work that well for me, unfortunately, because it's very, very almost sheer, very tiny. If it were, for example, maybe, I don't know, 50% merino wool, we would be talking differently, I suppose. So yeah, and another piece of clothes I wore when I was at home exclusively, it was that summer denim dress, and I wear it only at home now because it's too big for me. Especially it is shown in the bust area. It's like maybe one size too big. And I also don't like the straps when I'm outside, and don't like the things, very thin straps. It's not comfortable if I'm wearing a bag, and I am wearing a bag if I'm outside. So yeah, and this works totally fine when I'm at home, especially paired with cardigan, because it is very easy maintenance. It it doesn't get stained a lot, and it doesn't get sweaty because of these very, very low parts. And so for example, in comparison to the dress I'm wearing right now, so this dress I'm able to wear for maybe 5-7 days in a row at home, and then it needs to be clean because it kind of stinks in this armpit area. So yeah, although it's comfortable, but I would have preferred not to wash it quite as often. So if you are seeking something very, very low maintenance for your home, I would opt for this tank toppy situation on the shoulders. And talking about sportswear, I used 2 pairs of leggings, and one for my running and one for my gym. And because I'm running like in the wild, so on the ground. It can be dirty, it can be messy. I can catch some, I don't know, branches, sharp branches. I sit sometimes on the bench that it's not, that it can be not totally clean. So I would prefer to wear something that's, of course, on the darker side if it's a bottom, and I prefer to wear something that if I tear it or if I stained it, um, so it won't be the end of the world. So I do not like wearing crispy new brand new clothes when I'm running. It's like it's too much for me. Press like button if you are like me. So yeah, another pair of leggings and a top, a viscose, very lightweight viscose top I wear in if I go to the gym, and this fleece jacket when I go to the gym, if I go running, if I want to use it as a layer between my, for example, sweater and my jacket, if it's very cold, I used this one. And also, in at the end of October, there was a small party, Halloween themed party, and I wore these trousers, dark. They are like, I don't know, velvety something trousers. And although they are very comfortable, they're insanely comfortable. It is like elasticated with pockets, no maintenance whatsoever. I don't like the length. So, and the length is mid calf. It's neither here nor there. So it's very strange for me. The length is, it, they don't look good. I don't really like them. When I see the pictures, when I see it on the video, and I don't know what to do with them because I really like how comfortable they are, but I don't like the length. I think maybe it's a good idea to find the same kind of material and just to make them longer. Maybe, but I don't know yet. And I was also wearing this glittery top and this jacket, this vintage jacket I was able to find secondhand, and I really like this shoulder detail, but it is like 50 shades of synthetic fibers. It's it is so synthetic, although it was very comfortable in use, but it is so synthetic and it is so strange. I think if I'm not able to wear it in normal life, it will definitely go. So yeah, because even fancy clothes, I like to wear it in normal life, like to wear it a little bit down. For example, if it's a blouse, I wear it with jeans, it looks perfectly fine. And this guy, I don't know yet. And this is what I wore in October. It was very long video, and please let me know in the comments if you are up to this length of the video, if you'd like to watch shorter versions with me talking less and showing more, or if you enjoyed this video also, please let me know, because of course I can do it longer or I can do it shorter, and tell me what you prefer anyways. And I already counted it all, and it appeared to be some 18 pieces of clothes altogether, with shoes and outerwear and maybe with a scarf and a bag it's like 20. And again, I'm not about numbers in this project, in this capsule wardrobe project. And as it is getting colder, I think the numbers will go down, like comparing to my to December and November from the last year. And if you are interested to like to observe all my capsule videos from the whole year. So I think I started this project maybe in November 2022. So 2021, sorry. So the whole year it is already in one playlist, and it will be somewhere over here. And do check it out. Thank you for watching, and we will see each other very soon in the next video. Bye bye.